Sul Ross State defeating St. Thomas yesterday. 72-51, I believe, was that final. And Schreiner defeating Howard Payne yesterday, 86-80. Jump ball here will be Ibarra against Hampton, and Schreiner will win the jump. And Hernandez with Pirtle to start it off here. Game 2. Bugs. Picked up by Evans. Ibarra. Into the free throw line, out to Pirtle. Pirtle driving into the paint, kicks it out for 3.
Got it.
Count it. Jocelyn Hernandez starts it off with a 3 bomb.
And great job there by Pirtle to penetrate and get the wide open 3 to Hernandez.
Nice give and go feed there, just couldn't convert. James comes up with it. Opportunity, just passed it up right there.
Good job by Bugs.
A steal by Bugs. On the left side of the glass, and good, and Schreiner quickly up to a 5-0 lead and hadn't played a minute yet.
Good. Fast, like I said, a fast-paced moving game. Both teams are going to have to take control of the ball, and less turnovers are going to win this game.
Outside. Down low to Hampton, and it's just going to be knocked out of bounds off of her hands. It'll be Schreiner ball.
Great initial defense there by Schreiner Mountaineers. Checking their man, not letting an easy shot, making the passes harder than what they should be.
Pirtle being guarded by James. That's a matchup to watch for all game long. Ibarra. Pirtle picked up by Romlakan, and then we're going to have the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Schreiner ball.
Yeah, Pirtle kind of lazy right there with the dribbling in. See the defender reaching in.
Passing it in will be Hernandez. And Pirtle will call the shot. Bugs right side. Shot clock down to 2. Ibarra with the 3 bomb off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by by Loftus. And now here comes James and the Lobos. 5-0, Schreiner on top. James into the paint. Kicks it out to Romlakan. Pump fake, trying to get it down low. Grabbed by Cormosino, could not get it. Offensive rebound, James on the left side, no good.
Good contest there by Salazar.
Pirtle picks it up and outruns.
Yeah, Bugs open.
Bugs for the long 2. Off the back of the rim, over the backboard. It'll be Sul Ross State ball.
Good job. Good job of penetration, getting Bugs open shot. Just couldn't knock it down right there, but that's what Schreiner is going to be doing, is pushing the ball and trying to get easy shots on the other end.
Quick substitution. Now McMillian in for Salazar for Schreiner.
Schreiner's in a 2-2-1 right here.
Breaks it out. Loftus with the shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by McMillian. And now here comes Hernandez. Hernandez trying to find McMillian down low, but then Hernandez on the loose ball touched it while she was out of bounds. It'll be Lobo's ball.
Great initial penetration. She saw the pass, but just a little bit too late on the pass to McGinnis. Right there, wish she had a bag, but one step would have got the ball in there with her easy 2.
Loftus picked up by Ibarra, goes straight to the basket. Nice job by McMillian to get on top of Hampton. Hampton had a big night as well yesterday. Goes to the right side, takes a shot, and good off the glass over Ibarra. And now here comes Pirtle, 5-2. Little floater off the front of the rim, no good, but it's going to be an offensive foul by Miles. And that'll be the first team foul on Schreiner.
Yeah, number 23, Loftus right there, set her feet, knew that she was going to go for the shot. Good job of setting her feet before she went up for the shot to create that charging foul.
James. Cormosino off the bank, shot good, and cuts the lead to 1. 5-4, Schreiner still on top. Hernandez picked up by James. Ibarra, little floater off the rim. Gets her own rebound, followed her shot in good. We talked to her last night about that.
Or she was listening to us as she was running, helping us with the camera.
7-4 is our score. Hogan with the shot.
Yeah, I saw the quickness of her, so took full advantage of it, got the easy layup.
Right now in the paint, and James steals it away from Pirtle to the rack.
Good job. Initial defense was good. Just went down with the hands and could pick up the foul by Pirtle.
So Pirtle will be called for the foul. That's her first, team second, and stepping up to the free throw line to shoot two will be Kayla James out of Grand Prairie, Texas.
Whew.
Pirtle coming out. I didn't see who the first foul. Oh, Miles with the foul on that first one. Here's the free throw off the back of the rim. No good. 7-6 our score. Schreiner on top. Built a quick 5-0 lead in the first minute of game play, and then has been kind of quiet and then missed. But on the offensive rebound, Coral Misono. And it's going to go off of Hampton, out of bounds. Schreiner ball. But Cormosino with an offensive rebound there for Sul Ross State.
Yeah, Schreiner did a good job of blocking out, but it was those awkward long rebounds where it just goes right to the offensive player when you're blocking out.
Miles on the left side. Hernandez got picked up by Cormosino. Goes into the paint. Miles being guarded. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hernandez goes for three. Count it! Bang! Jocelyn Hernandez with 2 3-pointers in this game. 10-6. Schreiner on top.
Dude. James is quick.
Hampton. Shot, no good. Rebounded by McMillian. Ibarra.
Let it go.
Lost it as it was poked out of bounds by Loftus. And Salazar will check back in for McMillian. Give him some solid minutes there. Throwing it in will be Miles. Looking for somebody, anybody.
There you go.
Finds Salazar. Back to Miles, turnaround shot again, good on us.
Wow.
Underneath layup, downtown pass. And it's going to go out of bounds as James was looking for the home run to Loftus.
Yeah, Schreiner got caught kind of jogging back forth instead of hustling back and got away with the long pass, so we got the turnover. James with the pressure right here.
Raines bringing it up for Schreiner. Trying to fight off the screen, and that's a little pass that's going to be stolen away by Hogan, and the layup good. Now Schreiner trying to hurry up and get back. Miles back to Raines, 12-8, Schreiner on top. Trying to fight off the screen was James. Hand off to Ibarra. Ibarra behind the back into the paint, and it's going to be stolen away by Loftus. Down to Hogan. And if she makes this, and that's going to be a foul on Hernandez. Make her earn it at the stripe instead of the easy bucket.
Ibarra doing too much dribbling in the court right there. Need to pass the ball out and reset your offense. And got caught dribbling and easy. This Sul Ross team will make you pay if you turn this ball over. As soon as they turn the ball over, they're over there running and getting easy baskets. Guys, we have a media timeout right now.
All right, so with the timeout on the court, we'll take a timeout too. Schreiner 12, Sul Ross State 8. You're watching the Schreiner Sports Network. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Stevens Family Arena at the Event Center on the campus of Schreiner University, home of the Mountaineers in beautiful downtown Kerrville, Texas. We're our second game of the doubleheader. Schreiner leading Sul Ross State 12-8. I'm J.R. Alexander along with Trey Collis. And Trey, 12-8.
Told you it's going to be fast-paced. Yeah, Sul Ross doing a good job of creating turnovers. And when they do, they push the ball and getting Sul Ross in foul trouble already with 3 team fouls with halfway to go through this first quarter. But Schreiner's doing a good job of moving the ball, penetrating, just kind of over-dribbling a little bit inside the paint. But other than that, they're doing good ball movement, getting easy shots, the shots that they want.
Here's the deal. So with Azalea Pirtle out of South Grand Prairie High School, Kayla James out of Grand Prairie, the question becomes, were they teammates? Or were there 2 different schools? That's something to find out. But I've been waiting for this matchup between Pirtle and James. And then missed opportunity, 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Raines with the ball. Picked up by James. Trying to get it down low to Ibarra. Finds wide open. Is going to be Salazar. Just could not convert. But Andrea Salazar, the junior out of Rockdale High School, will step up to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And what's one thing that beats fast defenses is passing the ball, and that's exactly what they did. Got the ball passed and knew exactly where your teammates were. That's great teamwork right there.
First free throw underway, no good. 12-9 our score, 4:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Salazar back up for the second free throw, good. 13-9, Schreiner on top. Now here comes Sul Ross. Down low to Cormosina, Rokas, and Rokas with the and one.
I'll tell you what, Hogan made a great bounce pass right there where only Rokas could get in. Rokas got it, and Zet left Salazar no man's landing. Tried to block the shot, but it was no go and got the foul.
So 13-11, that is the 14th foul by Schreiner here in the first quarter. And Rokas trying for the old-fashioned 3 off the back of the rim.
Good job, Ibarra, by blocking out.
Ibarra coming up with it. Ibarra pushing it up the court. Ibarra cut off, looking for help.
Good cutter.
And that's going to be no good by Miles. Put back good. Miles.
Good job by Miles by cutting. Knew Ibarra was in trouble. Had the double team. Knew someone was going to be open. She cut. She got the wide open layup. Followed her shot like JR always wants and got to put it right back up as JR wants. So it was all around good JR possession right there.
That's right. And then creating the turnover as James Loftus couldn't handle the ball there on the pass. And now here comes Raines. Pirtle. Puts it on the ground. Miles. Gets a nice screen by Ibarra, and then we are going to have on the floor reach-in foul on Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan showed a little bit too much right there. Ran right into Bugs.
And now we're going to have some switcheroos again. Ibarra getting a much-needed rest there for Schreiner. Hernandez checking back in. Also checking in is Vallejo for Schreiner. Vallejo. Returning for her senior year with a shot off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Hampton. And now here comes James. Hogan with the layup. No good. Rebounded by Rokas. Could not get it back in. Pirtle with the rebound. Out to Hernandez. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Loftus of Sul Ross State. It'll be Schreiner ball underneath their own basket.
Yeah, Hernandez did too much underneath right there. Caught in no man's land, likely to throw it up the Sul Ross leg right there.
Ball on the ground, and then Loftus is going to grab it while she's standing out of bounds. And that's a break there for Schreiner as the ball was passed double-teamed. Raines to throw it in. Finds McMillian. McMillian back out to Raines. Looking. 15 seconds, and then we're going to have a double dribble.
I guess they call it double dribble, but I guess not.
Yeah, she had dribbled it, bringing it into her.
They threw the pass, and then she caught it with her hand and went to the ground. I guess that's a dribble. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen that non-call before, but whatever.
James. They're going to have an offensive foul on Kayla James as she pushed off with her arm. And that'll be Schreiner ball.
Got caught with the little chicken wing right there, pushing out, trying to create separation. Luckily, she didn't get a technical foul. She slammed the ball right in front of the Schreiner on her face. As we saw that called yesterday.
Checking in now will be Peralta in for Schreiner. Raines.
Need help.
And Peralta with the ball. Pirtle. Hernandez as the ball is poked away by Loftus. Handed back to Pirtle to the right side. Goes on the right side of the glass and good. And that is what Azalea Pirtle can do on the offensive side.
Oh, yeah, Pirtle can create offense with her quickness, and she saw that there. Took it all the way. No one picked her up and got the easy 2.
To the rack is Lusk, and she'll get the and one. Well, she didn't make the basket, but she will go to the line. But that is going to go against Pirtle, trying to do too much. That's going to be 2 quick fouls on Pirtle in the first.
That's why I got Pirtle in foul trouble in the first half yesterday, and same thing here. But kind of a accidental foul because she was guarding her man. They just ran right into her.
So Buggs will check in for Pirtle, as Pirtle will probably sit out most of the first half here. And Nunez will come in for Hogan for Sul Ross State. At the line right now, Lauren Lusk out of Dallas, Texas. Played at Western Oklahoma Junior College before coming over to Sul Ross State. Second free throw underway, off the rim, no good. And then losing it out of bounds was Peralta. And that is a break for Sul Ross State right there.
Yeah, tried to grab the rebound. Just thought she was closer out of bounds than what she was and tried to tippy-toe it in, but just couldn't corral it in.
Swinging it out. Nunez picked up by Miles. Lusk hands it to Rokas. Out to Loftus with under 10 on the shot clock. Hamilton with the shot in. Good. Hampton, the sophomore.
Good defense there by the Schreiner Mountaineers. Man, made that shot by Hampton a lot harder than what it should. Just made a great shot. Good job all the way around.
Buggs comes into the paint, and yes, they're going to have a little bump foul on Nunez. And that will be the third team foul on Sul Ross State. Buggs to throw it in from underneath their own basket. Looking, and there's Miles with the quick shot, and good.
Miles with a little jab fake right there, created free space to get that open shot. Good job by her.
Wide open is going to be Nunez, but she elected to hold it back up. Hands it off to Rokas. And on the left side of the glass end, good. Hampton coming out to play again here in this game as she did yesterday.
Yeah, McMillan had great deep, but she put her hand on her hip as soon as she went up to kind of give her a little push right there to create the and one for Hampton. Hampton doing it again on the low post as she had done, like you said, yesterday.
19-13, the lead is cut to 6, and an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play by Hampton. Off the back of the rim, and almost grabbed there by Loftus. That'll be Schreiner ball.
Ooh. Yeah.
Under 2 to play, a minute 15 left here in the first, 19-15. Peralta to Miles. Buggs. Now almost threw that one away. Hernandez into the paint, pump fake, took it a shot and missed
good
it.
block out by Salazar
right there with the putback, good.
Great job by Salazar to push her woman out of the way to get that offensive rebound and put her right back up for the easy two.
45 to go here in the first, 21-15. Nunez straight out on the shot there for Hampton, and she's doing it inside and out. 30 to go, 21-17, back to a 4-point lead for Schreiner. Straight to the rack is Peralta, gets her rebound, put back, and that's what I like to see. You get the ball, you go like straight back up, and a foul.
I feel like Ibarra listened to us and took it to their team and was like, hey, go back up.
Exactly. So stepping up to the line will be Alyssa Peralta, the freshman out of Laredo United High School. Free throw, good. Made that one look easy, 22-17 with 20.4 seconds remaining here in the first. Second free throw off the front of the rim.
And she knew it.
Rebounded by Hampton. 15 to go. Setting up shop will be Lusk. 10. Being harassed, Miles had it. Down to Coromosino.
Good defense there.
Rejected as Coromosino trying to get an opportunity with 2.7 seconds left. Sul Ross State has one opportunity left here before the buzzer.
Yeah, so good news. You guys got to finish it off here. We're playing good defense for 2 quick seconds. Good job.
Stolen away. At the last second, no good, but Peralta with the steal. And we come to the end of the first quarter with Schreiner leading 22-17. We'll be back.
Running their offense, moving the ball quickly, getting wide open shots, and then getting the Zalzar and McMinnis doing a good job underneath it, getting an offensive rebound and getting easy shots that way. So go around, all good basketball all the way around.
Sul Ross will start the second quarter. Rokas out to James. Picked up by Miles. Trying to penetrate, but Hernandez was right there to steal the ball away from Hampton. Hernandez taking it to the rack. Hernandez out to Raines. Raines in the paint. Shot, no good.
They follow a
Grounded
shot.
a rebound. No, it's going to come up to James, but good hustle there by Raines. And now James pushing it up the court, finding Hampton. And being patient was Miles just to wait on that pass.
Good job by Miles playing the defense on that, seeing the ball, waited for the ball to be passed. Knew she can get her hands quickly in there and get the jump ball and get a possession for the Schreiner Mountaineers.
22-17. Raines will bring it up for Schreiner. Picked up by James. And calls a play. Comes to the right side. Hernandez. Bugs. Goes to the rack, and that's going to be offensive. Oh, they're going to call it defense, so Bugs got away with it. Looked like right there.
It looked like it was a charge.
There's going to be a charge. However, they're going to say that she did slide into her.
Well, I think what Bugs did was very smart. She kind of knew she was sitting there and kind of went to the side and made, I think what the referee was saying, made James move a little bit. That's what created the blocking foul.
Bugs to the free throw line. First free throw underway off the front of the rim. Mariah Bugs, the freshman out of Stony Point High School, getting a lot of decent playing time here at Schreiner. Second free throw underway. Off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Loftus. Kicking it down to James. So Sul Ross picking up the pace here. Loftus from the way downtown three. Count it! And the lead is cut to 2, 22-20.
And Schreiner didn't do a good job initiating the defense inside upright and the left. Sul Ross wide open for that three.
Miles to the rack. Oh, and she just made that look easy on the layup, and now trying to get back on defense is Schreiner. Loftus, 24-20, and that's going to be an easy foul there called on Raines as she left her feet, and that's the story, man. You don't leave your feet.
Well, that's what the pump fake does, right? Pump fake makes you pump fake pass, makes you leave your feet because you don't know what as a defender what they're doing.
That'll be the first team foul on Schreiner, so each team now with one team foul. James to Hampton.
You don't want to leave her open.
And Hampton again inside and out. She's been doing it on both sides of the court, having a huge first half here for Sul Ross State. The lead is back to 2 for Schreiner. And there's going to be a jump ball called in possession of Sul Ross State. And so Sul Ross will have the ball on the jump ball.
Kind of a little break there for Sul Ross because they had numbers on the other end, stopping the fast break. James did a good job of getting the hands in there as she showed the ball and creating that jump ball.
Opportunity to tie the game or cut the lead to 1, depending on the shot. Down low to Hogan. Hogan on the return shot, and we're knotted up at 24 apiece.
Woo, great penetration there, man. They're doing a good job of getting the paint, getting the shot that they want right now.
Raines.
James is a nasty defender, man. She gets in there.
Out to Hernandez. Had an opportunity. Goes for it, and off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Hogan, and Sul Ross State has an opportunity to take their first lead of the ball game. James into Hamilton. Good job there by McMillian to kind of poke it, just get a little poke, and it goes off the hands of Hampton.
Well, good job initially showing, cutting off James, and then initially showing, act like she's going to block the shot, and then Rokas just kind of lost, or Hampton, I don't know who had it. Hampton, I think?
Yeah, Hampton
had it and just got too quick and left her hands too quickly.
Hernandez with the ball picked up. Good defense by Sul Ross State. Miles is going to be called for the travel as she did that little slide before dribble. That has been a nuisance for a lot of players here. I mean, there are the right calls. And downtown pass to Hogan. And Hogan missed a shot. Hampton tried to get the rebound, and it goes off of Hampton out of bounds. Schreiner ball.
McGinnis did a good job at contesting on that shot, made it tougher than what it would have been. Good job of blocking the passing lane, too, so she couldn't pass it and get the easy shot.
Right now, points in the paint is what's helping Sul Ross State here in this game. Ibarra out to Hernandez. Cross-court pass. Vieira down to McMillian, and we're going to have an offensive charge on McMillian. And, of course, Coach Stevens not liking that. Look.
McMillian's kind of out of control right there. I think that's what got the charging call right there, because if she had control, I think it would have been a block. But
Salazar checks back in now for McMillian. 24-24 is our score. Loftus down to Ramlakan. Kicks it out to Hampton for three. No good. Hernandez bringing it up for Schreiner. Ibarra, and that's going to be a little block foul right there on Hogan. And Gabby Ibarra
knew that the defender was going way too close, drove her into the body, and forcing the referee to call the foul right there.
Vallejo checking in now for Hernandez. That is the second team foul by Sul Ross. Also, Schreiner has 2. And a lot of fresh faces coming in for both teams right now. Vieira to throw it in. Into Vallejo. Vallejo at the free throw line. Shot and good. Vallejo coming off the bench from San Benito High School. Schreiner back up on top by 2. Loftus to Ramlakan. Out to James. Carmosino with the shot off the back of the rim. And the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds off of Salazar of Schreiner. It'll be Sul Ross State ball.
Good job at initial contact, getting the rebound, but just couldn't get control of it.
James to throw it in for Sul Ross State with 6:05 remaining here in the second. Ball up in the air, and it's going to be Vallejo coming up with it. Vallejo looks to Vieira, stolen away by Hampton. James comes up with it for Sul Ross State, and a foul by Ibarra is going to come up. As of just ball, was everybody going for ball, but body slamming. And, that is that. I thought like Ibarra got the ball cleanly, but falling down, James getting the call. Once you fall down, the referees tend to blow the whistle. Little sloppy play on both sides right now, and see who can control a little bit better here. Ramlakan back into Hampton. Ain't good. You're not going to stop Hampton when she's that close in a little bit of room. And we're knotted back up at 26 apiece. Ibarra into the paint. And stripped out of Ramlakan of Sul Ross State. But it goes off of Ramlakan. It'll be Schreiner ball. Bugs to throw it in from underneath their own basket. Ball poked out of bounds once again by Ramlakan. She is just all over right now from Los Angeles, California. Bugs to throw it in once again. Vieira to Vallejo. Out to Ibarra, 4-3, off the mark. Bugs saves it. Shot clock at 10. Vieira calling for it, back to Bugs. Bugs trying to grab some room. Ibarra got to shoot it off the brum, and no good. And it's going to be rebounded, no good, as the did not draw iron. As Ibarra had to hurry up. Bugs didn't want to take it and gave it to the senior.
Trying to get the senior to make a play right there above your Bugs right there. You had initial penetration, you could have got it.
Cormosino, and it's
walked.
Gave it to Hampton, and Hampton took one little anxious step. But great defense there to get back to stop Hampton from initially going up the first time.
Initially, I thought it was going to be a foul call on Schreiner, but good job by the referee not blowing the whistle, because both initiated the contact. Let it go.
Vieira picked up by James. Into the paint.
Oh.
Trying to find Vallejo in the corner, but just throws it away.
Good idea, just wrong way to do it.
And with 4:58 remaining in the second quarter, we come to a timeout, all knotted up at 26 apiece. When we come back, Sul Ross State trying to grab their first lead of the ball game. You're watching the Schreiner Mountaineers Sports Network here in the second quarter. And Sul Ross State trying to grab their first lead of the game, but Schreiner still has been phenomenal on the defensive side. And good job there by Salazar to give it up to Vieira. Coming over is going to be Vallejo. Vallejo for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Carmosino. Here comes James with the numbers on the left side. And it's going to be a foul on Ramlakan by Vieira. And I tell you what, man. Look. Fans are wanting a clean shot, but
listen, I'm unbiased, but we're 20 feet up in the air. The referee was right there. Probably got her on the hand or something.
Ramlakan gives Sul Ross State the first lead of the ball game, 27-26, on a 10-4 run here in the second quarter. Second shot, free throw is no good. Into the hands of Vieira. Vieira into Ibarra. Salazar with a shot.
There you go.
From 12 feet out.
Good job by Ibarra penetrating, finally opening Salazar in the corner and making that shot wide open and knocking it down.
Giving Schreiner the lead once again. James to Ramlakan to the rack. Rejected by Ibarra of Schreiner. And that'll be Sul Ross State ball with 15 on the shot clock. Rokas checking in now for Ramlakan. Ramlakan has given Sul Ross State some good minutes. And also checking in is going to be Hernandez in. In for Salazar. And
wait, we think, yeah, there we go. Okay.
And Salazar, good job there, giving Coach Stevens some quality minutes, getting a bucket and some rebounds and block shots.
And also playing good defense. Like
a foul checking in as Vallejo got beat out by Carmosino and make it earn at the free throw line. 28-27, Schreiner on top. And Carmosino out of Phoenix, Arizona. First free throw good, knots it up at 28.
This head coach for Sul Ross does a good job of recruiting, getting the ladies from Los Angeles, Phoenix. We're going west, baby.
And Carmosino gives Sul Ross State the lead again. 1 point. Bugs to the rack. Rejected by Loftus. Loftus with the ball. Pushing it up the court. Penetration goes to the rack and gives the layup over Ibarra. And it's going to be 31-28, a 3-point lead, the biggest lead for Sul Ross State. Vieira picked up by Rokas. Gives it to Bugs on the far side. Bugs comes back to the top, looking for the cut. Vallejo back to Bugs. Shot clock at 10. Hernandez with the shot. Why not just give it to her? She's feeling it here in the first half.
Shooters shoot, baby, and she likes that corner three, and she made it a lot easier. Great shot by her. Great defense, but a better shot.
I believe that's her third three-pointer in the first half. We're knotted up at 31. Carmosino for three. Off the mark. Hampton with the rebound. Finds a streaking James off the left side. No good.
Good tap by
Into
Ibarra.
the hands of Bugs. Bugs got the break one-on-one, and that is going to be a block on the slide as she was sliding down. And a good call there by the referee.
And she was there initially, but like I said earlier, call Bugs got a blocking foul. Bugs went to the left and made her defender slightly move, and that's what the referee saw. The ball went in to get that old-fashioned and one.
So Bugs back to the free throw line, the freshman. First free throw, good. Gives Schreiner the lead again. Back and forth trade leads here.
Told you it was going to be a good game.
And Bugs. Free throw, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Hampton. Pushing it up the court is Hampton. Hampton waits for Carmosino. Into the hands of Rokas. Being guarded by Vallejo. Gets a screen by Carmosino, and then Rokas throws it away, thinking that Loftus was going to be there in the corner.
Yeah, good job by the Schreiner initial defense, using that baseline as an extra defender, kind of guarding her outside, and she had to throw it more than she wanted to.
Miles checks back in for Schreiner along with Vieira. Hernandez. Vieira, left corner. Miles, picked up by Rokas. Man-to-man defense.
Oh, had a penetration.
Vieira with trying a cross-court pass, and that is a no-no. And
Ibarra's got to be smart here.
Loftus
Good
rejected
job by Ibarra.
by Ibarra again. A second time by Ibarra.
Ibarra doing her LeBron James impression, sizing her up and getting ready, letting her show think that's an easy layup. And nope, not today. It sends it to the second row here at the Schreiner University Stevens Center.
32-31, Schreiner on top. 2:28 remaining in the first half. Lead changes back and forth. James to throw it in for Sul Ross State. Finds Rokas. Looking around. Picked up by Salazar. Loftus. Pops it to Cormosino. Shot good. How she got that away, I will never know, but it gives Sul Ross State the lead.
As a defense, you just shake your head and like, all right, we did everything we could. You just put up a better shot. Good split there by
Hernandez. Is going to be called, or is going to be fouled going up by Rokas.
Good job by the fake handout to get to Ibarra, to split in the defense to get that to get into the free throw line right there.
That'll be the 14th foul by Sul Ross State. So anybody that fouls from here on out, Schreiner or Sul Ross State, you will be going to the free throw line. First free throw, good. It ties it back up again at 33 apiece. Jocelyn Hernandez, the senior out of Wagner High School, gives Schreiner the lead once again. Quintana in for Sul Ross State. James, and a battle down low between Salazar and Rokas. Picked up Loftus.
Good defense.
Miles, hands off to James at 10.
Good find.
Streaking Cormosino at the easy bucket in the paint. And that is being the big thing right now. In the paint points for Sul Ross State.
Yeah, James in the guards for Sul Ross is doing a good job of penetration, finding the low the post players underneath to get those easy shots. Miles wanted that shot, but good thing she thought quickly of that.
Setting up shop, 35-34. And yeah, James is going to be called for the reach-in foul on Vieira.
That should be 5-team fouls, so it should be 2 shots.
So stepping up to the free throw line to shoot 2 will be Vieira as Sul Ross State quickly going back to Hampton off the bench. And also putting Lusk back in as well. Vieira out of Corpus Christi, went to Ray High School. Ties the game on that first free throw. Also a senior on this squad. Second free throw, good. Schreiner regains the lead, 36-35. Quintana, back over to Loftus, back to Quintana. I'm trying to drive the baseline. Good job by Ibarra. Loftus will drive in. Left-hand runner, no good. Rebounded by Hampton.
Again.
And Ibarra yet with another rejection block. And it goes out of bounds. I'll tell you, Gabby Ibarra is having a whale of a first half with unofficially 3 blocks.
Yeah, she's not doing it on the offensive side, but she's doing it on the defensive side with 3 blocks, doing a good job of sizing them up and not fouling, getting her hands straight up, doing a good job on the defensive end.
Lust to throw it in for Sul Ross State with 1:08 left here in the first half. Trying to find somebody, anybody, throws it out there. Hampton comes up with it. Now it's going to be taken away by Quintana. Back to Hampton. 5 on the shot clock. Cormosino to the rack, and there's an easy layup. That's going to be Ibarra, and that's going to be a foul on Sul Ross State, and that is going to be on Cormosino with a push in the back, and stepping up to the free throw line to shoot 2 will be Gabby Ibarra, who has been a machine here in the first. Just quiet, points, but it's been on the defensive side how Ibarra has been really pushing her game in this game.
Well, because you have other players like Miles, Hernandez stepping up, Zalazar even, so they're helping out on the defense. That's what senior leadership does. As she knocks the first free throw in, that's what senior is like. All right, we need help on the defensive end. This is what I'm going to do for this team and help contribute on that end. And it's a good thing she's going to the line right here. See the ball go through, maybe get her confidence up, and there we go. Second shot up and in as Schreiner takes a 3-point lead.
38-35. Loftus left alone for just a moment. Going to take it to the right side, and we're going to have an on-the-floor foul. And I believe that is going to go on Hernandez. And that is going to be unofficially, I don't know if that's 2 or 3 on Hernandez, but Coach Stevens going to elect to keep her out there, maybe.
You take your chance with 45 seconds left.
Nope, he's going to go straight to the bench after the first free throw is missed by Loftus. And checking in will be Raines. Well, no. We'll wait to see if she makes the shot. Second free throw, good. Now she wants the substitution, and Raines will check in for Hernandez, who has had a monstrous first half from downtown.
Oh, yeah, she had 2 or 3 good three-point shots, keeping the Schreiner Mountaineers in it.
38-36.
You're trying to right here, just run the clock down.
Raines gets the screen by Ibarra, goes to the right, comes underneath, floater shot, no good, rebounded by Hampton. Hampton pushing it up the court. Hampton sends it out for 3 over to Quintana, and they take the lead at 1, 39-38. 18 seconds. Ibarra bringing it back up for Schreiner. Nope. Cross-court pass, and it's going to be taken by Vieira. 10 on the – Vieira gets a screen. Vieira with the floater off the glass, no good. It comes into the hands of Loftus, pushing it down the court. And Sul Ross State comes storming back in the second quarter to take a 1-point lead into the locker room, 39-38 over Schreiner. We'll take a break when we – what's going on? Oh, when we come back, we'll have your halftime report with some stats. You're watching the Schreiner University Mountaineer Sports Network. We'll be back. 6 ties and 9 lead changes right there in the first half alone, especially in the second quarter. And I tell you what, Trey called it even last night. This is the game you want. This is a game to watch right here on the Sports Network. And with just a couple minutes away here before we come back to the third quarter, overall shooting percentage is Sul Ross State at 47% with Schreiner at 45%. Free throws has been 65% or 64% for Schreiner. Sul Ross State 35%. They've been shooting 5 of 14 and 9 of 14 for Schreiner at the charity stripe. So that has been the difference as we come here getting ready for the second half of action with Sul Ross State leading 39-38.
All right, as we get ready for the third quarter, Schreiner University has possession of the ball here to start the second half. B. Hernandez throwing it into Pearl. Pearl, who had foul trouble at the first half, kind of slept away, had to sit on the bench a little bit in that second quarter. So here we go. Ibarra with the ball, penetrating. Gets it snapped away, but she gets her the ball back. Bugs on the corner. Bugs penetrating. Driving in, off the bank and good. Bugs with the easy lay-in. Bugs did a good job of going off the screen and penetrating, getting an easy layup off the bank for 2. Schreiner takes a 40-39 lead.
A good ball movement right there by Schreiner, being patient with the ball. You don't want to do the third quarter?
No, go ahead. You're better at it.
No, I'm not.
You're better at reading names faster than I am.
I'll read the name. Ramlakan pitches it out to James. James into the paint, binds Ramlakan again. Ibarra with the guard, and wide open was Hampton for the easy
Another
bucket.
points in the paint. Like I said, those guards are penetrating, finding Hampton wide open, and then as Hernandez turns the ball over on the other side.
41-40. We haven't played a minute yet, and a couple more lead changes here just in this quarter alone. Pirtle back in. to start the second half as well. Ramlakan. Back to James, who's got 3 fouls, Trey. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound is strong by Hampton again, and then again goes up, and cannot stop Hampton right now. She has been a machine for Sul Ross State down low.
3 Sul Ross players underneath. Couldn't block out 1 player for Sul Ross. Hampton has been a machine all tournament long.
Bugs trying to become loses the ball in the handle.
Yep.
Hampton to James. Picked up by Pirtle.
James
Kicks
got
it
away
out.
with the hook.
Ramlakan passed up a 3, and
Charge.
then we're going to
Good
have an
job by
offensive
Salazar.
foul. Good job by Salazar being planted and just sat there.
Yeah, she knew the penetration was coming from James, knew that she couldn't get out to the three-point shooters, just stuck her ground and collected the charge. And Stevens does not like the way this offense is moving, clearing out the bench and removing all 5 starters here in this third quarter.
So Coach Stevens, she went 4 out of 5 right there off of the bench, keeping Salazar. Actually, no, she went all 5. Yeah. All right, here we go. Rains to Miles. Wide open 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Sul Ross State. Here comes Ramlakan. Loftus. Loftus with the bucket. 45-40, biggest lead of the game for Sul Ross State. James having to be careful with 3 fouls and be called for the travel as she slid her foot.
Just picked up that left foot just enough for the referee to call it. He had his eye hawk right on it.
Coach Stevens had something to say to her starting 5 on the bench just a moment ago. See if she puts them back in here pretty shortly, depending on the second unit. Loftus. Carmosino. Ramlakan with the pump fake shot off the glass.
Good block out by McGinnis right there.
McMillian with the rebound.
Ooh.
And almost got away with the
She
double
did get
dribble
away.
there. And here comes Rains off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Sul Ross State. Ramlakan. And here comes James all the way in. Finds Ramlakan on the left side. Good. And a 7-point lead, the biggest. And Coach Stevens looking at her starting 5. And here comes Rains. Picked up by James.
Too much standing around for Schreiner.
Off the glass shot,
Good
no
follow.
good. Gets her own rebound. Finds Miles streaking off the glass and good.
Good job by Miles, but not giving up on the play. Coming from the weak side, could get the cutter and found her for the easy 2.
Well, Peralta with the putback. Here comes Cormosino and a foul on McMillian. And now a 7-point lead for Sul Ross State.
McMinnis was caught in no man's land right there. She had a girl out in the corner and a girl penetrating in the lane. Who are you going to pick up? She tried to get the girl in the Rokas, I think. No,
Cormosino.
I cannot pronounce. I'm sorry, Mom, if you're listening.
Old-fashioned 3-point play,
Good
no
block out
good.
by Miles.
Rebounded by Miles. Now gives it up to Rains. Push off there by Rains is going to. She just kind of lowered that shoulder, but it was the extension.
It's extension and a little bit of a lower in the shoulder a little bit.
So James with 3 fouls
And
for Sul Ross State, playing a little bit of aggressiveness here.
And Coach Stevens is talking to the ref. How about you call him the other side, because James is getting away with it too.
James,
Exactly.
and that's what Coach Stevens is asking for right there. And stolen away by Peralta to the glass, and good.
Good job by Peralta initiating the pass, got the steal, and no one could ever contest it. Get the layup.
Cormosino finds Loftus, picks up her dribble. Ramlakan down to Cormosino. Step back, shot, good. Nice,
Good.
pretty shot there by Cormosino.
Comacino did a good job pivoting, get the defender off her, create enough space to get that shot up.
52-54 44. Wait. Shot by Miles, no good. We're going to have a loose ball foul on Schreiner. I love listening to the coaches on both coaches going after the same referee right now. Downtown pass is leaving it all alone with Hampton and a foul in one.
No shot. Gonna be on the floor.
Salazar tried to get there but just could not. Hampton patient, and you just can't stop Hampton down low right now.
The referee said no shot.
So no shot.
They said the referee said she didn't get the gatherer up. She was on the floor right when she dribbled.
So down on the floor, so no bucket. So it'll still be 52-46. And now here, time. We're going to have another offensive foul here, an official timeout.
Well, they're trying to see the foul. The fouls on the scoreboard say one apiece, but Schreiner's created more than one foul. This.
As we're getting it from now, right now the scoreboard shows 51-46, and then so we're kind of all over the place right now, not having what is the correct score. We have 52-44. We might be right, but then
That's hardly ever right.
We're probably, but we're gonna see, and what
there
they
you
put
go.
it. Where's there you are. So right now it shows each team has a foul. It's trying to get it right down at the scorecard. A lot of substitutions coming in and out. And they're looking. And so we're not sure what's going on yet here.
So apparently the score's.
So we're going to have an official timeout right now as the referees try to get either the score, the fouls, not sure. Right now we show 52-44. They show 51-44. We'll be back after this. All right, now that we got everything situated right here, trying to figure this out, and I believe it came down to the score. We were
right.
We were right. Way to go. And it's 51-44 with 5:10 remaining in the third quarter. Sul Ross State throw it underneath their own basket. James finds Hampton. Hampton goes right to work and misses the shot, but gets her own rebound. Triple team.
Good job by
taken
Ibarra.
away by Ibarra and slapped away by Hampton. And Ibarra's
been all over on the defensive end with those active hands today.
Now if they can find Ibarra's scoring machine. Ibarra to Miles.
There's a ball movement.
Rains for three. Count it.
See what happens when you move the ball?
Nyla Rains from downtown. And it's 51-47.
And that is the right score.
Bringing it up now. And almost stolen away, but just getting Peralta getting a little anxious on James. And that'll be the second team foul by Schreiner. Sul Ross State does have one.
Now we have a media
And
timeout.
we're going to come to a media timeout. We much need it, don't we?
Yes.
Absolutely, as we go to the break. 51-47, Sul Ross State on top. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. I'm J.R. Alexander along with Trey Collis. And, man, we got one heating up here in Schreiner.
Man, we got a lot heating up. Coaches. Oh, that was close.
That was very close, yeah, because luckily she was in the air. Well, Loftus for a big-time three off the front of the rim.
Those long rebounds.
Yep. Cormosino gets it out to Ramlakan. Shot no good. And Ibarra will get the rebound, but Ramlakan will be called for the loose ball foul.
Good job by Ibarra. Both of Ibarra and McGinnis did block out and get the rebound. And then Ibarra, strong hands, just ripped it away from her and got the foul right there.
That's going to be the third team foul on Sul Ross State. Ibarra bringing it up. Ibarra taking it to the hole from where coast to coast. And it's 51-49.
Good job by Ibarra, knowing the jump shot wasn't working, took it in to cut the lead to 2 here.
Loftus trying to find Hampton. Swinging it out to James. Cormosino goes into the paint. James.
That's a
It's going to be stripped away by Miles. Down to Peralta. Peralta, reverse layup.
Nice.
And we're knotted up at 51 apiece, and a timeout by Coach Novak and Sul Ross State as we're knotted up at 51 apiece. We'll be back. We are back here at the Stevens Family Arena at the Event Center in Kerrville, Texas, on the campus of Schreiner University, home of the Mountaineers, where the Mountaineers have just tied the game up 51-51. And right now, the big story on that little run there by Schreiner, Gabby Ibarra.
Ibarra doing it on the defensive side, and then you saw it created on the offensive side too. She took the initial – what shooters do, they go and get easy baskets, and it starts opening up other sides like I've been saying the last 2 games. So Ibarra's transitioning from the defensive side and now the offensive side. And then also, who scored that last bucket, JR? Vallejo?
Peralta.
She did a good job. Saw the defender, used the rim as an extra defender, went to the other side and got the end to tie it up. So, man, woo.
Still coming down. It's all about score right now. And, you know, we've been following it. We've been correct this whole time, so I'm not sure. But I know Sul Ross State thinking they have an extra point. And so it's still been a big issue right now. And
we're going back to
we're going to go back to the replay or something. I am not sure. Now, the official scorecard is what's down there. And so, again, that's what it's coming down to. But right now, we're knotted up at 51-51 with 3:31 remaining here in the third quarter. And, Trey, something like this, you know, when you have issues like this, that kind of breaks up your flow, doesn't it?
And that's exactly what I was going to say, because that score issue got an extra timeout, and it has Coach Stevens able to use a timeout there and generate what's been going on right there. And so Ross was rocking and rolling right there, and it kind of, like you said, messed up their mojo a little bit. So here we go.
Yeah, still coming down to it. I mean, if anything, we got with 51-51, and now we're going to look here. So that's what they're going to say. That is the score, 51-51. So I'm not sure. I mean, and Peralta with the steal.
Good
Peralta
pass.
To Raines, and the lead for Schreiner.
Great no-look pass there by Peralta.
Down to it and a bad pass, and coming up with it is Ibarra. Ibarra pushing it up the court. Ibarra.
Ooh,
and a travel call by
both their
Raines.
feet. Just got excited there. Part of the crowd rocking and rolling. Just got a little energetic there.
Hogan is going to check in for Ramlakan. And Hogan kind of got away with a little slide there. Ibarra picking her up. Hogan coming off the bench with the pass into Carmosino. Spin move off the left side. No good. Rebounded by Raines. And then it's going to be on the floor. And then dribbling the ball on the floor was Raines.
Good job of keeping her penetration because all the Schreiner ladies left her.
Miles to Peralta. Peralta picking up her foot. Raines to Ibarra. Hands off to Miles. Miles into the paint. Shot from the free throw line. Little roll, no good. Rebounded by Sul Ross State. And here comes James. James pushing it up the court. Takes it to the rack. And going to be fouled, I believe, by Colquitt. And that's who they call it on. And so stepping up to the free throw line to shoot 2 and a possibility of tying up the game will be James. Are you surprised that Coach Novak has played James with 3 fouls starting the third quarter?
No, I mean, that's the first shots I give him. Okay, so no, not because you third quarter. You still have 1 foul to give right here. The play, you trust your point guard. As you see, your team goes as far as your point guard goes, and she's the energizer bunny that makes this offense rock and roll.
Second free throw good, 53-52. Schreiner still on top. Raines trying to get a screen from Colquitt. Turn around,
Good.
pump fake, shot, no good. And it's going to be stolen away by Miles.
Oh.
Shot, no good. James comes up with it. James pushing it up the court. James pushing it out to 4-3 to Loftus. And Sul Ross State regains the lead, 55-53.
Oh, good idea, but bad idea.
Peralta trying to find Colquitt right there in the paint. Colquitt not expecting the pass. And Sul Ross State takes over on the turnover. Hampton hands off to Loftus, is going to be fouled going up.
Yeah, Colgate was way too far out to try to block that shot caught on the wrist right there as she was going up.
And Colquitt with a couple quick fouls right there will put Loftus at the free throw line from Amarillo, Texas. Played at Howard Junior College, and Pirtle will come in now. Pirtle, who had sat most of the time on the bench in that first half because of 2 fouls, quickly. Off the back of the rim, Loftus, 55-53, Sul Ross State.
It's important for both these teams. Whoever closes out this quarter has a momentum going into the fourth quarter.
Second free
Good
throw
block
off
out
the
by
back of the
Pirtle.
rim, and Pirtle. Peralta tried to find Pirtle, but good job by Hogan to knock it out of bounds. It'll be Schreiner ball in the corner.
Yeah, so Ross is flying all around on the defensive side. You got to make quick, decisive passes instead of floating it up in there because they will make you pay for it. They can get to the ball with their quickness.
Throwing it in will be Avara. Into Pirtle. Pirtle trying to create some room. Miles, top of the key. Ibarra tries to drive the baseline, and a block foul on Rokas. And that'll be the third team foul by Sul Ross State. Schreiner already the limit, so from here on out in the third, Sul Ross State will be shooting free throws. Miles trying to get it over to Peralta in the corner, but Hogan right there again on the defensive side, slapping it out of bounds.
Yeah, like I said, you got to make quick, decisive pass. You can't just float it with the Sul Ross team.
Miles will throw it in for Schreiner. Finds Ibarra. Little reach in there by Hogan. No call. Here comes Peralta. Peralta with the little floater off the back of the rim. Good job by Pirtle. And it's going to be on the floor, foul on Hogan. And that's going to put the 14th foul, but Pirtle, good job there getting to the offensive board.
Yeah, Schreiner as a whole team, especially Pirtle, they're crashing the board, trying to get those offensive rebounds and get those second chance points.
Trying to throw it in, trying to find somebody, anybody. Finds Raines. Raines dribbles to the baseline with the quickness, trying to get it down to Colquitt. On the ground, ball on the ground. Who's going to come up with it? And we're going to have.
We're going to have something here. I don't know.
Not sure what we're going to have.
A 3-second call.
Oh, 3 seconds in the lane.
They could have called 10 seconds.
Well, that's the right call because they're still camping out. You know, everybody's watching who's going to get it because you get all anxious when the ball's on the floor like that. You forget, oh, I'm in the lane.
Yep.
Sul Ross State still with a 2-point lead. Trapped
Good
right there by, and on the dribbles it on the line. It's going to go out back to Schreiner.
That's a good trap right there, right on the baseline where you have no room to operate. As she tries to she moves her foot back and steps on the line.
Ibarra to throw it in. Pirtle being guarded by James. I still love this matchup. Who's going to win who? Pirtle. Hands off to Raines. Ibarra. That's going to be called for the offensive charge as she pushed off on James.
That was a flop.
And that will be sending James. Oh, it's an offensive foul, so not going to the free throw line. 55-53, 36.5 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Rokas with the ball. Rokas trying to get it. Nice job by Miles. Hampton outside their zone, but can shoot it from out there. 10 on the shot clock. Taking it is going to be Loftus. Back over to Cormosino. 5 on the shot clock. Trying to
Good
find
defense
Rokas
there
down
by
low,
Schreiner.
but the defensive side by Schreiner.
Good defense, switching their man, keeping them, not panicking, using their hands, moving their feet. Now 8 seconds left. James is going to press Pearl right here. See if Pearl can go rocking and rolling.
Pirtle with James. Pirtle, 3 seconds. Knocked out of bounds by Sul Ross, but it goes off Pirtle's foot, and with 0.7 seconds remaining.
And that was all Kayla James right there. Ball pressure. She's a heck of a defender.
I mean, you have an opportunity for a quick catch and throw. And that's what they do at the buzzer.
Oh,
Almost goes in on Loftus. Almost 3-quarter shot. As we go to the 4th quarter, don't go away, folks. Sul Ross State leads 55-53. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Stevens Family Arena at the Event Center on the campus of Schreiner University, home of the Mountaineers in beautiful downtown Kerrville, Texas. I'm J.R. Alexander along with Trey Collis starting the 4th quarter. Sul Ross State 55, Schreiner 53. Trey.
It's going to come down to turnovers. Whoever creates the less turnovers is going to win this game. I know I've been saying this, but Schreiner did a better job there later in that 3rd quarter of moving the ball around and against their pressure and got some good shots. And Sul Ross, after the run that Schreiner got after getting up to like 7 points, didn't panic and got a little run to the lead right now by 2. So we're in for a great 4th quarter right now, and I can't wait to see it.
Right now, it's been the Hampton show for Sul Ross State. Quintana trying to find Hampton and takes it away from Peralta. Hampton with the shot and good. And I told you that she is a machine right now for Sul Ross State.
Pirtle almost came away with that steal, but when you go for the steal, you're leaving a man wide open, and she left her wide open.
Inside and out. Hampton's been doing it all for Sul Ross. Pirtle yet to get going here in this game. Peralta is going to be called on a little push by James, and that is going to be James's 4th foul, Trey, here early in the 4th quarter.
Who? They ain't called on James. They called it on Schreiner, dude. Offensive foul on Schreiner.
Oh, offensive foul. My bad. Oh, on number 5, that was going to be on Colquitt.
And she's out of the game.
Okay, never mind. I'm so sorry.
I was like to say, we don't have a James on
Woo! Yeah, I thought it was a defensive foul there for just a moment, but here comes James now. Finds Quintana. Down low to Hampton, being guarded by Salazar, and Salazar wins that battle. And now here comes Peralta and Schreiner to Bugs on the baseline. Reverse layup, no good, but a foul going up. And Naraya Bugs will be stepping up to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Woo. Good job by Bugs with pinch. I thought she was a little bit out of control right there, but got the shot up and created the foul to create these 2 shots.
57-53 comes down to free throws as well. First free throw off the back of the iron, no good. In case you're just now joining us, we've had tons of lead changes, tons of ties. And second free throw good, 57-54, 1 possession game. James finds Loftus. Quintana for 3, count it! 60-54, Sul Ross on top. And a travel by Pirtle. And that is going to drive Coach Stevens nuts right there. Pirtle just has not been able to find her game here today.
Yeah, she picked up her dribble a little bit too fast right there. Thought she was going somewhere, but thought better of it. And then by the time she already picked up her foot.
The question becomes, who will become the X factor here in the 4th quarter for Schreiner? As a wide open James on the backdoor cut, and Quintana finds her and opens up an 8-point lead. Peralta picked up by James. Getting it over to Bugs, but Cormosino is right there. Gets a screen from Salazar. Peralta with 10 on the shot clock.
Too much dribbling.
Cross-court pass to Pirtle, trying to get it down to Ibarra, but it's going to be picked off by Quintana. Quintana Pushing it up the court. Wide open Hampton, and that's going to miss the shot.
Wow, never.
That is something you would not expect. And I bet Coach Stevens was ready to call a timeout on that one there.
And she is.
And that's still going to call a timeout. Welcome back here to the Stevens Family Arena at the Event Center. I'm J.R. Alexander along with Trey. Collis, 62-54, under 8 to play. Sul Ross State on top. And right now, Hampton has been given it all from inside and out. And right now, trying to find the X factor for Schreiner, who will step up to score. Bugs. To Raines. Peralta finds Ibarra. Back on the give and go. Ibarra's shot is going to be going up. And I tell you what, I think Gabby Ibarra is going to have to take over here, Trey, to get Schreiner going here as she steps up for 2 free throws.
Oh, you're definitely right. Senior leadership. You've been here 4 years. You want to take control of it. And she did a good job right there. She had a jump ball, but her strongness that she had went up and drew the foul and not get 2 shots at the free throw line. Oh.
And this is the first one. Been strong on the defensive side today. And it's a matter of when will Hernandez come back in for Schreiner as well, as she was a force down low, but foul trouble there for her. And that makes 1 out of 2 at 62-55. Cormosino to James. A nice little pressure there by Schreiner. Cormosino finds Loftus. Quintana. Picked up by Raines. Trying to find Hogan. Knocked out of bounds by Ibarra. And with 10 on the shot clock, Sul Ross State is going to have to pick. Can't be choosy on what they play here.
No, good job by Zalzar underneath by boxing out.
Gets it out to Quintana. Quintana going right to the rack. Floater off the glass. No good.
Good team rebound right there for Schreiner Mountaineers.
Salazar. And pushing it up the court is Peralta. Peralta setting up shop now with Raines. Peralta to Bugs. Bugs goes one-on-one against Loftus. Cannot convert. Hampton comes down with the rebound. Hampton's going to push it up. Finds Quintana. Quintana steps back for 3. In and out, no good. Crashing the boards was Loftus. And it's going to be a jump ball possession arrow Schreiner.
Referee bailed out Sul Ross right there. I feel like that could have been out of bounds.
So possession arrow goes to Schreiner.
If you're trying, you got to capitalize on these points that you haven't been getting. A missed free throw by Ibarra and then a missed layup right there by Bugs.
Miles picked up by James. Gets over the timeline. Trying to get a screen from Salazar. And knocks her down. No call. Peralta. Back to Raines. Peralta. Little floater. And gets the hometown roll.
Good job by Ibarra, not settling for the 3, taking it in, getting an easier shot.
5-point lead, and Ibarra with the steal. Bugs with the ball.
Set up your offense.
Bugs going to the rack. Passes it out to
Good
Raines.
Euro step there, bud. Wow.
What a pass. 62-59. Sul Ross State still on top. James trying to call a play. You're going to try to get it down to Hampton. Hampton's been the force right now. Hampton stripped away by Ibarra. Ibarra goes to the left side. Shot up the glass, no good. Bugs put back, no good. Ibarra takes it away.
No one won the ball. Ibarra's like, I'll take it.
Salazar with the shot off the glass and good. It's a 1-point game here at the Stevens Family Arena. And Coach Novak says she's seen enough.
Tell you what, these Lady Mountaineers do not quit.
Welcome back. Stevens Family Arena. J.R. Alexander along with Trey Collis. What a fourth quarter we are having. Sul Ross State leading by 1, 62-61.
Yeah, great answer by Schreiner going down by 7 early in this fourth quarter, but they didn't panic. Ibarra's doing it on the defensive end, saving balls, doing a good job. It's exactly what your seniors should do.
See what Coach Novak has drawn up after the timeout. Cormosino hands it to James. Miles back in for Schreiner. Loftus trying to create room. Hogan with the shot. It's going to be a good job there by Raines to get the rebound and an opportunity for Schreiner. Now it's going to be a frustration foul there on Carmosino. And that'll be the third team foul for Sul Ross State.
So if you're Schreiner right now, you got to initiate that, right? You got to initiate that. You got to recognize that. You have to take it in, draw a foul. You get to the free throw line, get some easy points.
Ibarra to throw it in for Schreiner. Into Raines. Picked up by James. Raines calls a play. Hands it out. Hernandez back in the game. And it's going to be pickpocketed by James. And James with the easy layup on the right-hand side. It pushes the lead back to 3.
Too much dribbling right there by all the ball handlers right there. Didn't move. Let James easy pickpocket that one.
Raines.
Once again.
Picks up the dribble. Finds Ibarra into the corner. Drives the baseline. And it's going to be stripped away by Loftus. And Loftus picks up her dribble. Carmosino to Hogan. And now Sul Ross State will want to run as much clock off as they can with a 3-point lead. Well, made a monkey out of me there. They did. And here comes Raines. And Hampton right there and picked up by McMillian. Shot no good, but a foul going up. And McMillian doing what we say you need to do. Just go straight up on the rebound.
Exactly what JR said, like he was listening at halftime. Just go straight up, and good things usually happen.
Rodney Shia McMillian, the freshman out of Denton Ryan. With an opportunity to cut the lead to 1 with 2 free throws here. More importantly, though, Trey, as she makes the first one, that's the 14th foul by Sul Ross State. So every foul from here on out will have Schreiner shooting.
So if you're a ball, you got to initiate that. I mean, you got to recognize that and easily go and try to create fouls.
Second free throw, good. McMillian making do. Pressure coming by Schreiner. Down court. Hampton. Stolen away by McMillian. Miles to Raines. Raines being patient, goes into the paint. And a no call there by the ref there as kind of lost the handle. And here comes Carmosino. Carmosino to Loftus. Trying to get it into their shooters' hands of Hampton. And there it is on the right side. No good. Hampton gets the rebound for a second opportunity. And there goes Ramlakan into the bucket.
Second chance opportunities.
66-63. 3 minutes to go here in the fourth. Miles to Raines. Had an opportunity. She goes to the right side of the glass, or left side of the glass. No good. Then almost gets the steal.
Oh, no.
And I thought it went off of Loftus there, but they say no, it was poked out.
It did go off, but the referee wasn't looking.
And so now we are going to have a timeout by Schreiner. 66-63, Sul Ross State on top. We're going to take a quick break as well. You're watching the Schreiner University Mountaineers per Alexander along with Trey Collis. 66-63, Sul Ross State on top. With Carmosino gives it out to Ramlakan. Hands it off to James, 15 on the shot clock. James picked up by Bugs. James to Carmosino into the paint. Floater off the front of the rim and good. 5-point lead now for Sul Ross State, 68-63. And again, who is going to pick it up for Schreiner right now? Has not really had a go-to yet here in this game. Raines to Bugs. Out to Miles. 2 minutes. And a no call there as Raines was trying to force it. James comes up with it. Ramakan back to James. James tries and kicks it out to Loftus. And now we are going to have
3
a 3-second
seconds because
violation.
she was laying down the lane. I think that was a makeup call for the not to travel, but.
And an opportunity for Schreiner with $1:44 remaining in the game. Ibarra checks back in for Bugs. Does Schreiner have enough to come back, or does Sul Ross State hold off on defense?
Every time Schreiner goes down, they have a little run in them. Let's see if they have one more in them.
Picks up Raines. Ibarra guarded by Loftus. Hernandez back into the game, trying to throw it to Ibarra. Ibarra keeps it from going into the backcourt. 10 on the shot clock. Hernandez is going to shoot the long three off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Loftus. And throws it away as James was streaking. And Coach Novak is saying, settle down here. Had the opportunity. And Coach Stevens, with timeouts in her back pocket, is going to go ahead and call another timeout here. Well, Trey, 68-63, $1:12 left here in this ball game. Ibarra will throw it in. Into Raines, and now with the $1:10 here to go. Can't just sit around. They're going to have to take some shots, and pretty much quickly, too. We're down by 5, two-possession game. Miles into McMillian. McMillian puts it on the floor, trying to go up, and is going to be fouled. And even though the ball was knocked out of her hands, she kept going straight up, calls that one on Hampton, and goes to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, first initial contact was good, but she kept McGinnis. Sorry, who's number 12?
Hampton?
McMillan.
McMillan.
She did a good job of just keeping composure and going straight up and caught Hampton in with the cookie jar.
And
that's
Hampton
5 fouls.
is going to be 5 fouls on Hampton.
No, it's not.
Oh, wait.
It's another scoreboard.
Oh, it's the red light. I see 5 by the referee.
That means
right
stop play. I've done that a couple times.
So with the score, with the there we go. Now we'll set the red is reset.
Now we got to reset the shot clock. Reset the game
clock.
There we go. Good job by the scoreboard operator over there.
Under a minute to play. 68-63. McMillian's first free throw good.
Made that look really easy with the pressure on. So if you make this one right here, you don't have to foul your Schreiner. You can play good team defense.
Second free throw. Off the rim. Rebounded by Ibarra.
Oh, he should have went right back up.
And then knocked out of bounds by James of Sul Ross State with 54.6 seconds remaining in the ball game. Schreiner looking to sub.
She was trying to do offense for defense, and Bugs is like, I'm not going in right now. I'm in for defense.
There comes Ibarra.
Need to go quick if you're Schreiner right here.
68-64, still a two-possession game. Too much time. Shot off the rim. Rebounded by McMillian. Put back, no good. Ibarra with the shot. It makes good, 68-66.
You don't have to foul. You do not have to foul if you're Schreiner. You can play good team defense.
38 seconds. Loftus with the ball.
Oh. Don't have to foul. You do not have to foul.
And they're going to foul right here as 30 seconds. They have
I would have not.
Yeah,
I would have not have fouled.
Because that's going to reset the shot clock, and that's only 2 team fouls.
Well, I mistakenly took because they only had 1 team foul. So when it does come down to it, they need 5 fouls to put them to shoot free throws.
Shot clock still at 21. Subbing him for defense. McMillian comes out as Raines checks back in. Looking for offense, trying to find anybody. And we're going to have an offensive foul on Sul Ross State. And seeing what that's going to be, it's going to be on Cormosino with the elbow. And now with 30.3 seconds remaining, Schreiner with an opportunity to tie or take the lead depending on the shot.
Sul Ross is going to full pressure here. No one guarding the inbounds, man.
Miles with the ball, comes across timeline, takes the shot off the
Oh my gosh! Oh my!
And a timeout. What a shot by Miles. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're knotted up at 68 apiece. You're listening to the Schreiner Mountaineers Sports Network. Woo! Trey Collis with J.R. Alexander here at the Stevens Family Arena. 68-68.
Okay. I was shooting on ice. I didn't want the fans to.
You doing the boot scooting boogie there?
That's exactly what I was doing. It's a little chilly in this arena, you know. Got to get warm.
24.9 seconds remaining. Schreiner has 2 team fouls, so doesn't need to foul here. Sul Ross State has 5, so they need to be careful on the here as well.
Watch for James cutting to the basket right here.
Looking for somebody, and it's going to be
Gonna
a
call.
foul.
Hey, you know what though? Yeah, 2 team fouls. That's a good joke for the steal and not in the bonus. Good job.
Peralta
Good
being
job.
called with the foul.
You still have 1 foul, 2 fouls, or 1 foul to work with here, so you can still do the exact same thing.
3rd team foul by Schreiner. Gets it into James.
Trapper.
And stolen away by
No timeouts if you're.
Reigns. And here comes
Slow it
Ibarra.
down. Oh,
Reach
Ibarra.
to the rack and misses the free throw, and then we're going to have a reach-in foul on Ibarra.
It's all right. They still had a foul to give, so it's non-shooting. So now if you're Schreiner, you got to play good team defense, but that ball was inches. Like
68-68.
Sul Ross is going to call their
10.8
last.
seconds
Oh,
left.
my gosh.
And a timeout by Sul Ross State.
You know Ibarra wants that one back.
Oh, man, just hung off the front of the rim right there, Trey. I mean, and that could have been the difference right there. What a comeback. What a game we are having here at the event center.
Yeah, if you're not here, sorry you're missing a great game. I mean, this has been back and forth. Sul Ross looked like they're going to go. They got a 7-point lead early in this 4th quarter, but Schreiner didn't panic. They went back to exactly what they've been doing. They got the lead in the 1st quarter, moving the ball. Back and forth they go. Good shot after good shot. Oh, man. Ibarra, the senior wanted that one. Just hanging on the rim. No one was praying hard enough to get that ball in. But
and now the question becomes, because either team cannot give up a defensive foul here, because both teams will be going to the free throw line. Advantage Sul Ross State right now, because they will have possession with 10.8 seconds remaining. And you probably want to try to get it to your player, Hampton, if you're Sul Ross State. On the other hand, you want to Schreiner play good defense, but not too aggressive, but aggressive enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I knew what you're talking about just because I've known you for 2 years now.
And with the timeout, of course, they're going to get the ball at half court. Throws it in.
No one guarding her.
Ramlakan. Gives it to Cormosino. Cormosino with the shot. No good. Rebound.
We're going to overtime,
and
baby.
We're going to OT here from the event center. Knotted up at 68 apiece. Hang on to your socks, folks. We're going to overtime. We'll be back. All right, so here we go. Hampton will be jumping, and Ibarra will be jumping for Schreiner. Here's the jump ball, and it's going to be won by Schreiner. Hernandez in now for the Mountaineers as we have 5 minutes of OT. Each team will get 1 timeout. The fouls will remain. Anybody foul on the defensive side will be sending them to the free throw line. And Ibarra is going to be called for the travel.
I don't agree. She's allowed 2 steps, I thought.
Step and a half. So Sul Ross State now with their opportunity on their first possession in overtime. Cormosino picked up by Hernandez. Hampton, who missed some golden opportunities down low in the 4th quarter. Ramlakan.
Good defense.
At the free throw line. Gives it to Hampton. Hampton goes to the baseline and a push foul by McMillian.
Nope.
She said he stepped on the line, so good job there by McMillian and the defensive side.
Good job by the whole team defense. A lot of cutters right there. They stood with their man and didn't allow the cutting action to happen.
Quintana will check in now for Ramlakan. And here comes Schreiner. Gives it into and McMillian with the shot, no good. Miles with the putback in, good. Demaria Miles from Hebron High School in the lead for Schreiner.
Good jump stop right there.
Hampton with the ball. Gives it to James, picked up by, and that's going to be a check foul. Yep, hand into the belly of James, and that's going to be a hand check, sending James to the free throw line. You're allowed to kind of put your hand, but you have to pull it back right away, and of course she kept it right there, so James with an opportunity now here for Sul Ross State. Makes the first one, 70-69. Schreiner still on top. The sophomore out of Grand Prairie, Texas. Misses the second one.
Good block out by Ibarra right there.
And Ibarra pushing it up the court. Ibarra.
Down. Good job.
Slows it down.
Has it open.
Raines had an opportunity. Goes into the paint. Kicks it to McMillian. Drive. Shot off the glass. No good.
Good rebound.
Rebounded by Raines. Shot clock reset at 20. And Raines with the spin, got away with the one there, shoots the ball as Ibarra for three, no good.
Good team.
Tracked down by Raines and taken away by James. James pushing it up the court, onto the right side of the glass, and good. And now Sul Ross State has taken the lead, 71-70. Miles off the glass and good.
Miles saying, I'm taking over to this game. I'm going to go in the paint.
Downtown to Quintana. No good on the layup. Ibarra with the ball. Pushing it up the court. And will settle down to set up shop with Raines. 72-71 in the extra period. Raines into the paint. Ibarra is going to be called with the charge.
Oh, no.
As she put the shoulder into the chest of Quintana. And an opportunity now here for Sul Ross State as Ibarra has been fouled out of the game, who has done a lot on the defensive side and on the offensive side trying to come back. And checking in will be Bugs, but Gabby Ibarra should get a standing O right now.
I think the fans are upset with that call.
So here we go. Sul Ross State. Cormosino to throw it in to Loftus. Back to Cormosino. Quintana. And Loftus will set up shop. Quintana for three. In and out, no good. And Loftus tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds. Schreiner survives the toilet bowl ring three.
Yeah, miscommunication right there on the defensive end. Left her wide open. Usually knocks that one down, but in and out. Schreiner still has a 1-point lead.
Raines being guarded by James. Hernandez. Picked up by Loftus. Bugs almost lost it right there. Hands it off to Raines. And we're going to have a travel call on Raines. Two quick turnovers right there on a foul and a travel. And Sul Ross State, another trying to take advantage of this. But good pressure defense by Schreiner. $1:45 remaining in the extra period. James down to Quintana.
Wide open again.
Loftus for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Hernandez and stolen away by Cormosino. Shot no good. And that's going to be batted out of bounds off of Hernandez. And it'll be Sul Ross State ball.
I think right now what you're seeing is a lot of tired bodies out there. As fast a pace as the game been going on.
Pirtle checking in. Peralta checking in for Raines and Hernandez. Cormosino to throw it in. Gets it into James.
Good ball handling.
$1:20 remaining in the extra period. Good job by Bugs there, and Cormosino takes it to the rack and is going to be fouled by Peralta going up. And Cormosino will have an opportunity for Sul Ross State to tie and take the lead.
Yeah, Peralta doesn't like the call, but she kind of hip checked her as soon as she went into the shooting motion, drawing the two shots here.
72-71, Schreiner on top. Here comes Cormosino. First free throw, no good. Second opportunity coming up here for Cormosino. Free throw off the rim, no good. Bugs with the rebound, gets it over the timeline. She's just going to want to take it, picks it up, gives it to Peralta.
Get a good shot here. You're still up 1 point.
Coach Stevens says to run some clock. Bugs hands it to Pirtle. Under a minute to play in the extra period. 10 on the shot clock. Down to McMillian. McMillian turnaround shot off the glass. No good. A jump ball possession arrow. Sul Ross State.
Good job by Sul Ross keeping their hands straight up, not committing the foul right there.
Schreiner did what they needed to do with taking time off the clock, but now got to play defense. Sul Ross State. Cormosino back to Loftus. Putting it over the timeline. Gets it over to Quintana. James.
Good job of getting back to your man-to-man pressure right here.
Gives it to Hampton. Hampton is going to take it to the rack and good, and gives Sul Ross State the lead with 30.5 seconds to go. 73-72. Miles to McMillian. McMillian is going to go up, is fouled, and McMillian will step up to the free throw line to shoot two with 20.2 seconds remaining.
Hampton did a good job of keeping her hands straight up, but then when she went up for a shot, kind of went down trying to get that shot blocked.
Rodneshia McMillian to the free throw line. And the freshman ties it up with two.
No pressure for the freshman.
73-73. Second free throw coming up. And good.
Wow.
74-73, and we're going to have a timeout. As Coach Novak calls a timeout, we'll take a timeout too. 74-73. Schreiner, you're watching the Mountaineer Sports Network. Welcome back to the Stevens Family Arena here at the Event Center on the campus of Schreiner University, home of the Mountaineers. In beautiful downtown Kerrville, Texas, I'm J.R. Alexander along with Trey Collis. 20.2 seconds remaining in the extra period and overtime. Schreiner with a 1 point lead, 74-73.
Man, Hampton with a good penetration right there to give him a lead, and then good second chance right there by
McMillian.
Yeah, trying to get that shot up and got the foul, and pressure free throws look very easily. Got the two. Now, if you're Schreiner right here, you got to play good, sound defense right here. Especially got to watch James with her fastness and penetration right here.
20.2 seconds remain. Cormosino gets it into Hampton, and she lost it. McMillian comes up with it, and is going to be fouled by Loftus. Or was it a timeout call? So instead of being foul called, it's going to be a timeout by Coach Stevens and Schreiner.
I don't think Stevens called a time.
So they will take their final timeout right here before the foul. And that is going to keep Schreiner with a 1 point lead at 17 seconds remaining. And you know Sul Ross State is going to come down to foul pretty quickly. Now, who do you want the ball to shoot free throws at this point?
McMillian?
That's what I'm thinking. She has gotten all, her free throws. I know for sure the last four, but I think she is 6 for 6 at this charity stripe.
McMillian, Pearl's known to shoot some free throws.
So right now on the floor for Sul Ross State, Cormosino, James, Hampton, Quintana, and Loftus. As Schreiner will take over with 17 seconds remaining in this ball game. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be Bugs, Peralta, Miles, Hernandez, and Pirtle. They get situated here. And goes out of bounds.
That was close.
That was a very close backcourt. However, her foot was already back
Her
behind,
toe was already across the line.
but she thought she better get rid of it in a hurry. And now with 14 and a half seconds left here in this game. Gives it to Pirtle. Pirtle is going to be fouled by Loftus and will go to the charity stripe with 12.7 seconds remaining. Well, you wanted it in Pirtle's hands, and that's what.
Either one of these two hands. But Pirtle hasn't seen much playing action because of foul.
Yeah, now you're putting it with a little pressure. The sophomore out of South Grand Prairie High School. First free throw good, 75-73. And now you really want to put the pressure on Sul Ross State with the made free throw here, because anything long range or last second. And here we go, Pirtle with the last free throw. In and out, no good. Cormosino, 10 seconds.
Wide open.
Down into Loftus. Loftus, no good. And it's going to be a jump ball possession arrow. Schreiner with 4.7 seconds remaining. 75-73 Mountaineers.
You still got to get the ball in with this pressure defense that Sul Ross has.
Miles Raines is checking in now for Pirtle. And there we go. And it's going to be a quick foul as Peralta was fouled by Loftus.
2 free throws, game's over.
4 seconds remaining in the ball game. Nobody has a timeout left in their back pocket. And Peralta can seal the deal with 2 free throws here. Peralta, the freshman out of Laredo United. First free throw underway, good, 76-73. And the freshman with no pressure on that shot, but here comes the second one. Free throw underway.
Good.
And good. A 2-possession game. May have met the nail in the coffin. And then it's going to be a foul.
That's not what you want.
Peralta fouling James, and just with 3.1 seconds remaining, now James will go to the free throw line. And Coach Stevens was not happy with that, but it is what it is.
No, as a coach, you just want to just get back, because there's no 4-point play in basketball unless you foul a 3-point shoot.
Yeah.
So I know it's hard. You're in the game. You want to pressure. That's the way you play. But at times, like, just come walk to the sideline. There's nothing you can do. You know. No.
Kayla James out of Grand Prairie. First free throw good, 77-74.
Now, here's the thing. Do you miss it and try to get a tap out for a 3-point?
That's the key. I mean, either way. And it looks like she's going to. In and out. Rebounded by Hampton. Ball bouncing around. And it's going to go out of bounds with point. It looks like there was some time left on the clock. I think they're going to put 0.5 back on the clock there, Trey. The whistle did blow before the buzzer. And they're going to recheck it.
The hit out of bounds before, and they're coming back up to us.
Yeah, the whistle was clearly blown before the buzzer went off, and I believe they're going to put 0.5 back on the clock.
Anything below 0.3, they cannot catch and shoot. So if it's 0.2, 0.1, it has to be a tip.
So as we go to the replay right now, and with no time on the clock, they will put some time on the clock. But it is going to be Sul Ross State ball underneath their own basket, needing a 3-point shot to tie this game. And what a game here in the extra period we have had. The 5 minutes coming down. Schreiner has scored
9.3 seconds.
How much? So there cannot be a catch and grab.
Yeah, it can.
All right.
Be catch and shoot. Anything less than 0.2.
They're going to need a 3-pointer.
I just got a 3-point line. I wouldn't do any of this.
And who are they going to throw it to? It's going to be Cormosino at the buzzer. No good. Schreiner prevails.
What a game.
77-74. Mountaineers win.